Check it out. Check it out. What is it all about? Let me know if you guys can fucking hear me, or if this is straight up cunt land this morning. If we're gonna fucking have to deal with all this bullshit, let me know. I know you guys are in the chat. We're good. We're good. We're good. Who knows what the connection is? Perfect. Yes, excellent. Try it with take two for all the good and bad boys and bad girls out there. That's right. We're right back on track with big candy canes, big presents in a big fat Santa sack, infidels. It's Hacker Hamin. I'm just gonna run this down solo. I tried to have Strangler run in, as you guys saw, but things are fucking stupid. Sounds fucking stupid. Unfortunately, I wanted to spend some time with the Strangler this morning, but hopefully you guys caught the Wednesday locker room with Billy Ray Valentine and Bello, my favorite show on Hamin Media Group. I love listening to those guys just have a good time together, man. I like the vote that they put out. They say, should we even talk wrestling? Because their show is plenty enough with them just hanging out, and then they went out to breakfast together and New York City. That I was jealous, man, but I was super happy for him, dude. So I see old Athers, Jay, Hal Fudge, everybody in the house, man, that was there staying classy. All you infidels. MSG's back in action up early this morning. Shit, it's got to be about 7 a.m. where he is right now. So appreciate you. Join us, Gam Wolfers in the house as well, infidels, for your ultra declassified kayfabe Friday locker room, Thursday transmission. Stevie Cool on his mission with the wives doing, the Christmas thing. So no heat there by any means. It was a fun three-way dance for the Conspiracy Horsemen last night. Finally getting a day off me. Nope. Full day of social media for my clients. So I got 4 clients to post for after this. And then I have to watch AEW while I do it to come back with Silvio and MSG later, because I went to bed last night at 10 o'clock when I hit the wall. So there was no way I could stay up for AEW. I got a good night's sleep, though, thankfully. We're back. Garbeck Sedge, good morning to you, pal. X-Butcher, all the X's are in here. Maybe some ex-wives even, who knows. Maybe Malcolm X. But yeah, infidels, we ran it down last night about the $2,000, $600 payout, all the pork belly shit that's put in there to slide in for them to try and stop the SmackDown Live self-help group, because that's the most important thing, is making sure that fucking these wonderful movies that Hollywood has been putting out for the last 10 years, just great things, don't get stolen and fucking and put online by 1,000 people. Like, if that's their fucking priority in a time of Koyaanisqatsi, that further shows we need to build a big fire and just throw them on it. So AEW is awful, bro. You watch 30 minutes and laugh the whole time. You're going to love it. Oh, boy. Oh, that's just what I want to be on Christmas Eve, mad as hell, yelling at Susio, trying to have him talk me off the ledge. The rich do get richer, and then they eat their own. So here we go, infidels. But I see the chat room's filled up here, 18 strong. I appreciate everybody who signed up for Russo's brand for the free month over there. Master Shoot Theater was a lot of fun this month. Every one of them is the ratings crash lower and lower and lower. I don't even know if the raw rating is out yet. I didn't see that on the sheets but I can't imagine post TLC that it's whatever. And other people angling for gigs and whatnot. And I know a bunch of you guys sent me that lead writer position. And is that the same one they posted 4 weeks ago? Did somebody get it and come and go that quickly? I don't know. Could be. Not that I heard. Brosters.com, official Vince Russo bro coffee coursing through my veins as my eyes get a little wider as I start to wake up here. But yeah, you guys can be like Troy and get that Brosters 5-pound bag on there, or you can get the regular size. You want to try it out, but it's the Nicaraguan blend, and that's my favorite mid-card Brosters coffee. They have some lighter ones where they say, oh, it tastes like berries and this and that. And it's not because they put anything in it. It does taste like blueberries when I had it. Now, that wasn't me. I just like my coffee, little cream and sugar and going at it. But it's got that high caffeine flow. Also want to say what's up to Double A Andrezen, Man Beast, and I, even though I cracked it. He signed up for the new patreon.com/demolition team, which is $30 tier because he was tired of mailing me booze. So took his cash and bought a new bottle of whiskey, and we'll be checking that out. Triple D also bought me a new bottle for Christmas, and as well as Birthright, Tim Alberino's book. So I'll be have plenty to do. Plenty to drink and do as we keep everything going here. I'll be off Christmas Day probably. We say that, but everybody's home, so you never know. We might be jumping on Friday. Well, it's SmackDown Live Self-Help Group, so I'll be on. So that was a lie. El Patron with the bits. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully you're not telling me to go get tequila with it, because I'll drink a little tequila, but man, I don't just sit there and sip tequila. That ain't me, baby. Yeah, we're saving on shipping. That's right. But appreciate everybody. I saw some new Culture Vulture shirts out there from ProWrestlingTees.com/Ben Hamin all over. Sherry she was putting her out there saying she's ready for a night of lovemaking with her husband. So I said, prepare yourself, woman, for a night of ecstasy. Yes. And then Old Athers was preparing himself for a night of lovemaking with Hacker Hamin as he showed his shirt as well. So I appreciate it. I took those pictures and sent them to the idiot himself, Tyler Davis, and he went off. So I'll read those later today at AEW. Light the Fuse with Chris Silvio, because that'll be his Christmas present. He loves those. Blake Troop in the house, probably one of the only places he's going to be interacting for a little while with Hamin Media Group members. On twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman in the Hamin Media Discussion Group and Discord. You guys, you're going to be kicking it, just hanging out all weekend long. Hopefully we have some fun in there. I gave my statement yesterday. Ray tried to get a fucking rise out of me on Impact Attack. So if you want to hear how I feel about it, you can go listen to Impact Attack or watch it on my YouTube channel. But that's just how it is. People got to learn lessons. There's only one way to learn them. Hard way. Yuck. Minga. Well, there are headlines. What else are we ducking? What are we missing? Hamin Media Group probably have a meeting on Sunday to keep things going. Matt and I have been working on Stevie Ray stuff in the background, RBV with graphics, Man Beast with new thumbnails. I just put some new micro content live on Russo brand. And I also, what else do I got going on here? Something else special. I don't know. It's all on the list, infidels. And you're on the list too. The Naughty or Nice, doing it twice. I might check it twice. We'll see. Hopefully you sell on the first one, so I don't have to check it twice. Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass. Yo. Yeah, stay classy. You need to check out the Impact Attack. It was a good show as we did the recap, MSG, Big Ray and I, of the year. And obviously Impact is the most and longest covered show on Hamin Media Group Network, crossing over from WrestleZone days. So it's been great to see the character arcs over the years and see different characters get elevated, or people with heat and breaking down mentally, leaving this. I don't want to laugh at that, leaving the show and fucking over their business after they worked their ass off to finally get to TV. Some people just can't handle the pressure, man. That's just the sad truth of it, unfortunately. But we wish everybody well in their OnlyFans endeavors for the next year. Let's see. We'll prolong it 2 more minutes. Any questions from the chat room this morning? Anything going down I can answer before I get to these goddamn headlines from WrestleStink and ProWrestling.com. I saw WrestleStink was looking for a thumbnail maker, so I gave the Iggy to MSG and Dr. Ted. Like, apparently people are tired of looking at Hausman's face marking out for whatever contract they got going with AEW, and they want something a little bit more professional. Shocker. More professional. From him? No. Amp Williams says, what's up? Holiday cheers to all the homies. I'm not sure if Homeboy 88 was in here earlier or not, but yeah, Kylie Ray always has a job as a cabana girl from me, says Society 858. Well, her fiance might have some way to feel about that, but let's see, Oh, shit. All right, here we go. We'll get in and out, punch in and out, infidels, no worries. Oh, Minga, go to the other computer, bring it up. Hopefully you guys been having a good time in Discord. I haven't checked in a ton, a little bit here and there. I've just been so goddamn busy. What else we got going? All right, here we go. We were rough on Homeboy last night. Shame on us. He just doesn't know how to play the game. My name revealed for Kenny Omega's group on Impact Wrestling. Impact Tag Team Champions Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, the good Briz Cliz, in AEW, Kenny Omega reunited to take on Impact champ Swan and the Motor City Machine Guns in a shitty 6 at Hard to Kill on last Saturday, or they're gonna on Saturday, January 16th. Excuse me, I thought that was from before. Omega, Anderson, and Gallows are most known for their association with Too Sweet, Bullet Cliz. Can't wait for Hard to Kill, Callis tweeted, when this super elite unit rocks the world of Impact Wrestling. So it appears Super Elite will be the name of the trio of Omega, Anderson, and Gallows going forward. The name will be a variation of the Elite and the Golden Elite, as the trio are no longer formally a part of the Bullet Club, despite the many homages to that era. Homages, I should say. Super Elite. Super Elite. Super Elite. What the fuck, dude? Briz Cliz would have been better, but soon I think I'm gonna have to change my name to Super Elite Scooby-Doo. Is that what I'm supposed to call you? Well, yeah, Briz, and then Too Sweet Me because you're in the clique. So Super Elite. Come on, bro. Come on. Bullet Club version 1.4.3. Marlin. Update your firmware, which is what I have to do on these goddamn 3D printers, I believe. So that'll be the beat down. I don't know what was worse, working on a 3D printer and not getting it to work right, or Super Elite. Bad. Yeah, Super Friends is what's Dave Hero going to do about this, man? Is he going to join? Who knows with the Super Friends? Will they take on the Super Elite? And what is elite about them? Will somebody please explain to me what's elite about them? Do they get all the best stuff? I mean, to me, it seems like you pass out drunk and your wife writes cheater on your fucking face and puts it out on Instagram. Not really the most elite behavior. I mean, I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, shit. All right, Super Elite. Apparently, I think they might have been on AEW last night, because on Impact, Callis leaves Khan cuts a heel promo, putting himself over as having $7 billion. It's like, okay, like that's, if that's not enough to turn your stomach, and they're all dressed and he's put himself over as like this anti-Carney heel manager, but he doesn't realize being a Carney is what he should learn to be, instead of he made himself look like a full-time open bank money mark with that kind of shit, man. So a lot of I, me, my stuff that should have been reeled in, but he invited Impact wrestlers to show up there, but I imagine it's probably just going to be the Super Elite. So Ken Sorrell says, Merry Christmas, Ben, y'all. It's the war on Christmas, Ken Sorrell. I'll be over there about 2 a.m. at your house this morning, smashing all of your presents. So if you hear something downstairs, just stay upstairs until I'm done stomping your presents into oblivion. I've got a long night ahead. Rat Salad Reviews in the house as well, rocking it out, man. A lot of good stuff on Twitter yesterday. A lot of good interactions with all you guys, retweeting that 1984 piece I put out. I was like, I'll take the free t-shirt promotion. Why not? Fuck it. M5's got all the tape out. He's ready to get those final Christmas presents wrapped. And Jay Hal, he's probably working as he usually is. Here at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman, early morning Ultra Kayfabe Declassified Friday Locker Room taped on Thursday with the diehards of the Hamin Media Army. Hulk Hogan to soft open Hogan's Hangout restaurant. What? I wish Strangler Steve was here for this. Holy shit. WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan will hold a soft opening for his Hogan's Hangout restaurant this week in Clearwater, Florida. The soft opening begins Sunday, December 27th, and continues through the week. The establishment is located off of 499 Mandalay Avenue. The website can be found at Hogan's Hangout and features exclusive merchandise, the menu, and more. The eatery is open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. Wow, late night spot. The website notes that the restaurant is 65,000 feet, 2 stories and features 29 TVs with premier packages. The About Us includes the following promotional material. Brother, there's only one place to hang out on the beach, and that's right here at Hogan's Hangout, dude. Come in off of Clearwater Beach and enjoy the best beach eats and drinks, brother. Enjoy 2 floors of the coolest destination on the beach. We offer extensive menu with something for everyone and drinks you'll never forget, dude. Don't miss out on your chance to have their own limited collection of exclusive Hogan's Hangout merch, from shirts to Hogan's signature bicep mug, brother. Dude. Hogan is currently not tweeting to promote the new place. This opening comes after his Hogan's Beach in Tampa closed in 2015 after opening in January in 2013. The Hulkster also has a museum gift shop called Hogan's Beach Shop in Orlando, which features merchandise and toys. Below are a few shots of the new restaurant from their official Instagram page, Hogan's Hangout, if you want to go check them out. But if you've ever been down in Clearwater Beach, you know that there's a couple blocks down there right by the beach that are jumping, and they all have these open bars and outdoor seating and musicians there. Like each bar has it. And dude, when I was down there in June, those blocks were jumping. I would shit on it, especially with what we're going through in New York. You're opening a restaurant during COVID, you know, like, is there a more surefire way to make things fail, you know? But I don't think Hogan's got anything to do with, can I show you to your table, brother? His name is probably just tied to it. There's probably a big corporate investment firm that deals with all this. And, you know, he's making his money either way, whether it opens or closes. But I'm just shocked that you're going to fucking open a restaurant during COVID, bro. That's all. It's such a gamble to open any restaurant ever. I mean, with Hogan and his name tied to it, sure, it can do okay. And it'll be overpriced merch. And I've got a couple things people have gotten me from his Clearwater Beach store when they're visiting down there. But yeah, man, I'm sure it'll be, you know, a tourist destination, dude. So you can get the fucking NWO fries and whatever the fuck else, Mean Gene Burger. Yeah, why not? But $4.99 Mandalay Avenue, hoganshangout.com. Check them out, you guys. You know, I hope it's successful. I hope there's something cool there for wrestling fans to go do. And there was talk, and I didn't see the story up here, of WWE building a physical Hall of Fame finally in Florida. You know, and it would be smart to have it at NXT in the Performance Center. You know, then maybe even start offering total packages that way, where it's the wrestling, you know, total package where you go to NXT and you have a fucking meal at Hogan's place and whatnot, even though Clearwater is far enough away. You'd have to have a whole, not like they can't afford their own WWE tour buses to take marks back and forth, but plenty of opportunity to expand in Florida, I think, with all the wrestlers living there. And are we going to get to Disney? I mean, let's see if when Vince dies, is the kids really going to take it over? Or are they going to sell it to a bigger corporation? And I think WWE in Disney, to have a whole WWE world, is the future. You know, like that's where it's going. And just like they've got the Star Wars world, it's already there. So down the road, that's where I see him going, but it seems like Florida, they're doing bigger and bigger things, whether it's this type of stuff or building that Hall of Fame. I think I went to the Comedy Hall of Fame in Jamestown, New York, which is where Lucille Ball was born. There was already the Lucy Museum there. But if you ever get the chance to go, you're in Western New York, and deep Western New York is Jamestown. That museum is what the NXT museum, or WWE Hall of Fame should be modeled off of. It's a fully interactive experience, all of the costumes, all of the prop pieces. It was just a really awesome place, that Jamestown Comedy Museum. And I could see WWE, I would hire the curator who made that to do the NXT, to be honest with you. So I keep calling NXT Hall of Fame. At NXT, I should say. All right. Piper's jalapeno poppers. Those sound good at about 9:14 in the morning. Blow your ass right out. Christmas Day. It'd be good stuff. Oh shit. Hogan's 24-inch hot dog. I think that might be Zeus's 24-inch hot dog. Yeah, the Bernie DC says, looking at their menu just now, bring your $600 checks. That'll about kill half of it. Sure. Any place you're going to fucking, that's a good line. Any place like that, that's a tourist trap, then you're paying for the Hogan brand, it's going down. So, but right now ODB's down there in Florida too. And she's been in Tampa. I think she's been in Clearwater. But definitely go check out Old Dirty Gimmicks too, man. Happy for her with her new food truck, and she's working her ass off, dude. So it'll be good. Mike Chioda tells a wild story of Vince McMahon doing donuts in a WWE ring truck. You can go listen to him talk to Hausman, who looks like a 12-year-old with marking out for it instead of putting up a thumbnail. On a recent episode of Wrestle Stink Daily Podcast, former referee Mike Chioda sat down with Wrestling manager editor Nick Hausman, where he shared a unique Vince McMahon story. Before that, he talked about what it was like to meet McMahon for the first time. He says he's a total businessman. That was in 1985 when I first met Vince at TVs. Chioda recalled, we were just doing ring crew, backstage work, and all that stuff, and we would do local crew stuff. I hadn't become a referee till a couple years later, and then debuted in =89. Meeting Vince was phenomenal. He's a businessman and a very good family man. Chioda then shared a story about Vince driving the ring crew truck with himself and former ring announcer Tony Chimmel in the truck with him. He noted that while Vince didn't crash the truck, he and Chimmel were a bit terrified as he kept doing loops around the parking lot. We were in Ridgefield, Ohio, had the ring crew truck and the WWF truck, Tony Chimmel and I in Pittsfield, Ohio on Thanksgiving Day. We did Survivor Series for many years, so we'd be out in Ridgefield all week. I remember the Wednesday night before the show, we're at the Holiday Inn and everybody's drinking, having fun. And he said, Mike, you got the keys to that goddamn ring truck? I said, yes, sir. He goes, God damn it, give it to me. I'm not adding that in. That's what he said. He said, I said, the keys to the ring truck, Vince? He goes, yeah, the keys to my ring truck. I went, oh, okay, no problem. We used to have a fanny pack back then, so I got the keys of the truck and said, here you go, sir. I remember Pat Patterson, God bless his soul, miss him very much as well. And everybody was sitting at the bar laughing and drinking. He takes the keys and starts going out. He goes, I'm going to drive this goddamn truck. You like this truck? I said, yes, sir. So I catch Tony Chimmel in the corner and he said, Chimmel. Oh, say, yes, sir. He says, I say, Chimmel, hey, Vince wants to go drive our ring truck. He's like, what? Get out of here. He can't drive the ring truck. I'm like, you fucking tell him that. You tell the boss. We're in a tough situation. He goes, guys, hop in. We're going to take this truck for a spin. Ice everywhere. Snow everywhere. It wasn't snowing at the time, but it was snowing previously. He had gotten in the truck on one side almost. He's taking turns, and we were all in the truck like, oh, God, he's going to kill us. He drove the truck around the parking lot 2 or 3 times. Man, he's a pretty cool boss. He didn't crash the truck. There were quite a few times I thought we were going to tip that truck. He likes speeding, and I was like, this is not the vehicle to be driving a ring crew truck. WWE Hall of Famer Gerald Briscoe was on the Wrestle Stink too, where he also discussed McMahon's love of speed. Chioda noted that if you didn't drive fast when you're driving for McMahon, you probably weren't going to drive him again. Love is speed. Love of speed is right, Chioda said. There were a few days where we had to drive Vince places. If you didn't drive fast, you weren't going to drive him again. He likes speed. Mike Chioda had seen every other Monday as the host of Mailbag Mondays, yada, yada. Yeah, I've heard that too from Russo, that, in a 30, he'll drive 85 miles an hour. And you got the AC/DC bumping and who knows what else he's doing too, man. But the old man wants to get out there and flip shit in the ring truck. And that's my goddamn truck. God damn it. I can see it, but I know that he is writes his own laws because obviously he's a billionaire and they do what the fuck they want. You see it with these Saudi princes who bring over their Lamborghinis and have them shipped here, riding around in LA at any speed they want because there's no ticket or anything you can do that's going to fucking stop them because they have infinite amount of money. But I do have a problem with that because if you've ever lost somebody close in your life, and especially in a car accident, you're going to have some millionaire who doesn't play by the rules having a driver do 85 miles an hour or more so he can get to a phony wrestling show, and fucking it sounds cute on a story for the sheets, but how many times have they avoided taking somebody's life or put themselves in a position to take somebody's life? You know what I mean? Like, these things are funny, to read, but the reality of what it is a fucking rich megalomaniac, egomaniacal, billionaire doing what the fuck he wants and popping people by taking away safety because he doesn't have to play by those rules. Not the best story to be told, and in a lighthearted way, maybe. But the reality is that what if Vince McMahon and Kyoto took somebody's life because of that shit, man? Like, it's things like that are easily dismissed, Mark with the $2 super sticker on YouTube. Appreciate that. I don't usually get a lot of super stickers, man. Usually our bits come in through Twitch, and I appreciate all the bit cheers, but those super stickers, pal, give me one of those. Give me a goddamn super elite sticker. That's what I want, buddy. Yeah, 2 elite sweet super stick me. Yeah. But yeah, Kyoto's awesome though, man. I'll put it over. And Russo's told stories like that too, where they're in the vet or they're in the whatever, and it's just fucking pinned to the floor in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, man, and highway to hell's blazing, and that's just the life of a deranged steroid cokehead boss, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I'm surprised Big Show didn't get hurt being dragged behind that hearse doing about 60. That was quite a spot. Media happened to me, but I lost my grandfather going through a stop sign. He was 65. Wow. Where he was there illegally, drove a cab. That's brutal, man. I'm real sorry for that loss, but it's things like that exactly I'm talking about, whether it's a teenage girl or I don't want to say teenage girl, anybody texting and driving, not fucking paying attention. Life we take so for granted, especially when we're in these cars that are just little tin cans, which are really a weapon unto themselves if you don't treat them with respect. And we get comfortable. And I say this with guns when I'm training people to shoot or my nephews or anything. Like, this is the power to take life, and you need to respect it as such. And you need to know what comes with that when you pull the trigger and you take a fucking animal's life, and what that feeling is. After you shoot, there is a strange sense of remorse. What have I done? Da, 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 da. And there's pride and there's fucking all this adrenaline. But if you take somebody's life with a car, there's nothing but shock and regret because you thought you were untouchable and you didn't realize the power that you had underneath you, that we're nothing but fucking liquid goo bags. And this body is very precious, and we take it for granted. So yeah, that's funny of them doing donuts in a ring truck, in a closed parking lot. I don't have a problem with that. You can flip all the fucking ring trucks you want. Well, he endangered Kyoto and Chimmel's life too, just for shits and giggles for the boys. We've all done this type of dumb shit in our lives. I'm not going to say I haven't either, but think about how many times he's probably come close and escaped. Maybe he has done that and they've paid somebody off so nobody fucking heard about it too. Mark with the super stickers on YouTube. Wow, we're super elite sticking today, pal. Indeed, Ben, I almost teared up just shooting a deer. After that, I tasted the back strap. I got over real quick. Yeah, man, that's the thing. I mean, there's always some psychological, yin and yang to everything we do. I don't care if it's you buying a pair of Jordans. You're so excited about it to get that shot of dopamine. The next day you have buyer's remorse. You get a new tattoo. You're like, yeah. 2 days later, you're like, why the fuck did I get this tattoo? And then it just becomes part of you. So there's always the as above, so below with any of these things. But, just food for thought. It's easy to glorify the crazy old man doing fun shit, but life is precious. And when you're behind the wheel of that kind of stuff, and you don't know about people in other cars too, so you're not aware. So you get two dumb bastards doing something at the same time, boy, could get real ugly real quick, man. I see everybody interacting, man. Where's Stevie? Big J wants to know. He is with the wives, man. he's about Hallmark Christmas. So Stevie taking the day off, taking it off from the Horseman last night with 3-man booth, which is absolutely more than fine for the amount that Stevie Richards has done to help with Hamin Media Group and Russo brand. Say, Stevie, you're out for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. You go enjoy it, bro. That guy has worked his ass off for Force USA, for his own brand, for my brand, for Russo brand, to be working on heels on the Cody Rhodes show. It's been a great year for Stevie, and 2 days with no Stevie Richards. I think he's built us up strong enough we can last without him, man. So appreciate that, everybody. Oh, Cody's neck tattoo. Could you imagine waking up 2 days later, Jay Hal, after getting that? Holy shit, dude. Wow. Rugged. I bet his wife just stays there and lays in bed and looks at it too and gets mad. Chris Jericho trends heavily on Twitter due to his physique. Oh, that's a tough headline. Trends heavily. AEW star Chris Jericho became the butt of jokes for many fans on Twitter Wednesday night and remained one of the hottest trends on Twitter even after hours AEW Dynamite went off the air, with last night's Dynamite airing immediately after the Boston Celtics Bucks on TNT, which Javid didn't give me any picks for to win any money because I don't know shit about NBA anymore. So he gave me the picks the night before and it was a push. So I'm still stuck, and this week's NFL games got me all fucked up because they're way too close on the line. So regardless, in the opening match of Dynamite, Jericho and MJF from the Inner Circle faced the team of Top Flight and walked away with the victory. The NBA Twitter community and other fans on social media couldn't help but make fun of Jericho's pot belly. A lot of users captured snapshots of Jericho and compared him to Motley Crue's Vince Neil, who's undergone a similar physical transformation in recent years. Former ECW star Justin Credible came to the defense of Jericho. He said, quote, "One thing that's kept me watching AEW is I Am Jericho. He's a boss. He's been killing for 30 years, and AEW needs more of him. Fuck the haters. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Still crisp in the ring and way better than anything. Hashtag WWE." Jericho also liked tweets from other people defending his physique, but never addressed the critics directly. Other people just put it over. He is looking soft, especially when somebody put one out there with Ken Shamrock next to him at Jericho at age 50 and Shamrock age 56. Let's see. Tough to do, but I'll tell you what, don't put it past Jericho being a fucking unbelievable worker. Is he doing this on purpose? Maybe not. And is it a guy at 50, looking like a washed up rock star? He's been on the road for fucking 30 years, bro, and a rock star, and he likes his goose, and he likes his Grey Goose, and he likes his fucking steakhouses, and but here's the thing, Fat Jericho is just another character, because you think Chris Jericho can't fucking get in shape like quickly, so for him to get hated on is only going to give him the opportunity to come out and cut a real and awesome promo and get heat and react when they start calling him fatty or whatever, and now you're going to get a whole nother Jericho. Then he's going to take 3 months and fucking get in insane shape, probably get on the B12 gimmick and fucking, and come back and be like, Jericho looks fucking awesome. He's on gas, and be like Jericho, and then he'll be champ again. So I think Jericho getting fat is an opportunity for him to react and do that kind of shit. And he can take time out from the gym. Fat Jericho is an interesting fucking character unto itself, because he can always bounce back. The guy's got the work ethic, dude. So good shit there. New Steakhouse, Ruth's, Chris Jericho, good stuff. Daniel Price points. He'll slim down now, but I think that's fucking hilarious, dude. And I would try, and if they're doing that already, I would say, I want you to put on another 10 pounds. I want you to eat all the Christmas cookies you can. I want you to eat shit, and I don't want you to work out at all. Not at all. I want you to keep your cardio up so you're not heart rate fucked up, but like, let him do that so you can react. I want to see him depressed with no shirt on and like cookies and fucking spaghetti sauce all over his gut, and he's just fucking crying the blues, and somebody has to come in and like snap him out of it, whether that's MJF or El Sexico or one of the guys, but I think Fat Jericho is just could be another good character, dude. I like it. I think so. Maybe he should shave his head too. His hairline's getting back, and that would be interesting. If he came back jacked and shaved his head as a whole new Jericho, he might look a little bit too much like Eric Young, but he'll still be Chris Jericho. I'm sure DDP is reaching out, not Steve McQueen. He says DDP to the rescue. Believe me, I'm sure. But, I don't think Jericho wants to give Dallas the free shine unless he's getting paid for it. He'll be out power washing the Performance Center. Yeah, man, that's funny. Fat guy stuff always pops me because I am one. Mickie James doesn't consider herself a legend and talks WWE Raw Legends Night. Wow, I disagree with that. As noted, Mickie James is one of the more than 20 WWE legends advertised for Raw Legends Night. Yeah, we need the nostalgia because we don't have anything else. James is pumped for the occasion and plans to do something legendary on the show. On Wednesday, she tweeted, as announced on WWE Raw, I'll see you and all my friends on Legends Night on USA Network. I can't wait to do something. Well, everything I do is legendary. So, however, in the article on her website, Mickie James reveals she doesn't consider herself a legend and feels grateful to be sharing the stage with more than a dozen WWE Hall of Famers. Honestly, I hadn't even considered the label legend for myself. It feels like a whole different level of respect that I have for people what I consider legends. I'm grateful to be a part of WWE family, and I'm excited for Legends Night. What a worker. James continued, call me a legend, call me a superstar, call me whatever you want. I'll call you late for a call. Just know that I'm far from done making history and ready to get back to the things I do best, getting W's. But she lost to Zelina Vega, as punishment via Bruce, even though Magnus don't want me to talk about that because I respect Magnus and I respect Mickie fully. And I want the best for them. And I saw they just bought a beautiful new house to close on. And hopefully I got to believe that they'll probably be adding to their family because it's a big place for just one kid. So they worked hard for it. And she is not legend of like she's old by any means. She's a legend. She is OVW's possibly. There's 4 women from OVW that I think outshine everyone. And that's her, Serena D, Beth Phoenix, and ODB. There's never been, those are the top 4 women OVW's produced. Now there's others, Cherry from Deuce and Domino, and I go on and on, Melina and Katie Lee, Burchell, and whatnot. But those 4, ODB, Serena, Beth Phoenix, and Mickie James, in my opinion, are better wrestlers than most men. Better wrestlers, not female wrestlers, better wrestlers than most men. They're all 4 of them are better than me. And they can, every time that they're in the ring, people see the difference between them and a Nia and Shayna, what have you, like these green acts. They're sexy. She had great stuff, even when they were trying to make fun of her. When she put on weight as Piggy James or dropping the slop on them, she's always been awesome, just a super positive force in women's wrestling. And there's plenty of matches that they've left on, her and Serena, I've seen it before in practice and on a show, would be WrestleMania semi-main event show-stopping good. Like people would lose their minds at how good it would be. And she's still got to scrap and do these little things. She should be the top woman in the company right now. There's no doubt about it. With her and Charlotte in a big program against each other, not Sasha and fucking Cardi Horseface. Like fucking those girls couldn't even lace fucking Mickie James boots. Like they couldn't even go 5 minutes in a real OVW style with Mickie James without her leading them that way. So in my opinion, MJ is absolutely a legend. And I think the best WWE women's wrestler of all time. You can say Moolah and all that shit, dude. As far as I'm concerned, I think she's better than Beth. I think Beth's fucking phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. But I like, Victoria and a lot of the girls from that era. But if you're talking the greatest WWE women's wrestler of all time, to me, it's Mickie James. So, Carney Horseface. No, that was, what's her fucking name? Oh, fucking, I don't even know. It's not even important for me to fucking remember her fucking name. That's how useless she is. Carmella. Yalla. Oh, wrong mouse. But shout out to Mick. I hope that she does get those spots, and I hope that, again, they book her in something on this Legend show that says, hey, Mickie James is better than every woman you fucking got. Yeah, you guys like these other girls, but no way Stacy Keibler or any of them can keep up with fucking Mickie James when it comes to ring psychology and being a general. There's a good match over from on my YouTube, Mickie James versus Cherry Bomb. You guys want to check that out from 2CW, Cherry Bomb, Alley, whatever you want to call her. Let's see. RVD recalls pissing off Gorilla Monsoon as an enhancement talent. That's interesting. Through a new Instagram post, RVD recalls a story when he was called up to WWE at 22 years old as an enhancement talent in 1992. Wow. According to RVD, he purportedly used the name Matt Byrne in his match against the Mountie, since the whole effing show had already generated some buzz in the wrestling business, and he didn't want to be recognized him while doing his job for an established WWE star. RVD also revealed that even though when the other WWE agents were complimenting his bumps, Gorilla Monsoon was pissed off with his rookie due to his attire. After a quick match with the Mountie, some agents were complimenting my bumps when Gorilla Monsoon noticed my shirt, recalled RVD, said, quote, were you wearing that in the ring? What's the matter with you? He was pissed and wanted him to boot me in the ass. RVD, presently a free agent, revealed recently that he has yet to engage in any talks with AEW. Wow, that's fucking hilarious. Here's a shot of Matt Byrne. Young RVD right there. Look at that. And he wore the Brooklyn Brawler arms cut off fucking thing and neck cut out of it. Pretty fucking brutal. But there's Matt Byrne before he was the whole effing show, or when he was just becoming the whole effing show, I should say. Hilarious. And that's what they do. When you're an enhancement talent, didn't even matter back then. You're an enhancement talent, you're going to get fucking heated on. Can you deal with it? Was he really pissed at him? Probably not. Let's see if we can get this to fucking focus up. Probably not. There we go. Come on, camera. Y'all, solo show. Got to work it myself here. All right, MVP. Oh, no, let's see. Yeah, he wins a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Championship. MVP had a really busy TLC weekend. He won a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Championship the day before the pay-per-view. Wow. And they wouldn't put that over? What the fuck, bro? And why is he not beating people with Jiu-Jitsu chokeouts? So they said on Sunday on TLC, we saw MVP lead Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, the Hurt Business, to their first reign as Raw Tag Champs. I got to say, I love MVP's gear. That's the exact cut I want for myself, and I got to find out who his gear maker is. I wouldn't have the chain and Hurt Business on the side, but that's the gear that I want to cover up my tats, and it looks fucking good. The Hurt Business looks like pros now. Like the suits, the fucking gear matching, it looks awesome. They looked really good on in the ring on TLC. The day before he was he was competing in the 2020 Master IBJJF Jiu-Jitsu Championship Tournament, which took place in Kissimmee, Florida at the Spurs Arena, Silver Spurs Arena, excuse me. MVP tweeted a backstage photo from Raw and revealed a tournament win. The photo shows Shelton Benjamin holding up their titles while Bobby Lashley raises the U.S. title and MVP held up his medal. For those people that have been asking what the medal is, I'm holding in the photo. Let me inform you. On Saturday, I won the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Championship competing in the IBJJF Masters Tournament. The Hurt Business had an eventful weekend. Now you know. Winking face emoji. Dude, wow. MVP competes under his real name. You ready for this one? Hassan Hamin Assad. Hassan Hamin Assad is MVP's real name. In the Masters Gi Master 4 Purple Division, he represented Gracie Barra Champions, which is based in Houston. He noted on Instagram that this was his fourth tournament. He also revealed that he was promoted to a brown belt after the win. So awesome stuff, man. Shout out to my man Hassan Hamin, ya Allah, brother. And dude, MVP. What a year the MVP had. Came back for a nostalgia bit. Got on as a fucking producer. Then started as a mouthpiece because everyone was so rotten and he stood out. And now he's back in the ring full time. And the guy's winning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu championships. I mean, and he worked his ass off on the indies for the 3-4 years before that, dude. But I got a lot of respect for MVP, dude, for sure. What are we doing? METHOD, man. Yeah, here I am. The method, man. Hey, you get off my cloud. You don't know me and you don't know my style. I heard Method is coming to WWE because to replace Snoop Dogg. And Method Man is fucking jacked right now, bro. I would love to see Method Man with the Hurt Business. Bring him down to the ring and even get Method in a fucking match where you can protect him, where all he's got to do is come in and give somebody big clotheslines. Method Man is fucking B12 and fucking working his ass off right now. Go check him out. Method Man Official, I think to Cal Weed as well. But dude, he's fucking super jacked right now. So we'll see, dude. Absolutely. The luck of Amin, Nation of Islam. That's how we do it. Hassan Hamin. I like that. This one I got to do a little shoot on. Mercedes Martinez returns to NXT. Mercedes Martinez has returned to WWE NXT. Tonight's NXT episode on USA Network saw Martinez attack the NXT women's champ Io Shirai and destroy her in the ring. Martinez laid Shirai out and stood tall over her, posing as fans in the Capitol Wrestling Center booed her. You can go back and watch it. I don't need to recap the whole segment. So Mercedes Martinez, I don't care. I'm going to talk about this. And from what I know, she reached out to Silvio. This is what we do. Black Market Creative, Hamin Media Group, Russo brand. And Silvio coaching seminars. She's probably training at Seidel Dojo, which I saw Troop was down there now. Serena trains there. It's owned by Matt Seidel. You never know who's going to be there. There's plenty of up-and-comers who are on AEW Dark who train there. So check out Seidel Dojo if you're in, or Side Dojo if you're in Florida and you want to train with The Ascension, whoever. Like all these future Endeavor WWE stars are working out there. So there's that. But Mercedes, I believe, had reached out to Silvio for creative help. And he might get hot that I say this, but I'll do the same thing later. I light the fuse to him. She reached out to him, and Silvio was one of the original idea creators for Retribution. It was supposed to be set in a warehouse setting, very Joker, Batman, returns type shit. And she took it to Triple H and everybody, and they absolutely loved it. They fucking made it into the big thing that became Retribution, or what should have been Retribution. And they wrote her out of it. And she's the one who brought it to him. And it's from Sil. So there's your Inside Friday, Ultra Kayfabe Declassified Stooge report there. I'll even ask Sil about it. He might fave about it. But this is the influence we have from a twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman AEW review and what we do on the side and try and influence people. And it trickles up. And then the masters who are the gatekeepers and approve it because they can't come up with anything even remotely close to that on their own with a staff of 28 people. Then it gets approved and the girl who pitched it, yeah, we like it, but it's just not for you. It's just not for you. And then it gets to the main roster and is given to these 28 fuckfaces who have no idea how to write, even take Fight Club, which is, we had Raw Underground and we had the perfect Fight Club mixture of Project Chaos and the fucking actual Underground Fight Club. And they fucked them both because they're absolutely fucking trash at what they do. Like they can't even do the basics while we sit over here on the sideline coaching their talent that's under contract and we don't get a fucking dime from it. We don't get fucking dime one. and our shit makes it to TV because they don't have anything. And then when it makes it to TV, they fuck it up so bad that people are going, this is fucking rotten. Why are they doing this? Well, if you would have hired Sil and Hamin and fucking whoever else that are the ones these people are going to, that a Killer Cross is going to, that an Elias is going to, that a Baron Corbin is going to, instead of fucking taking those ideas and then fucking them up 9 ways to Sunday, maybe we'd be on the right track, but we're not. And now this girl is back in NXT. And they're going to have to try and do this little push and reinvent her all again. It'll be another year and a half before she gets a chance to go to the main roster. And that's super fucked. That's super fucked. So, y'all, now you know. Inside shit with nobody to check me on the Friday locker room. Jeff Hardy, he wants to face The Fiend as Willow. Willow! While the future of The Fiend is unknown following TLC, check his Twitter. I'm sure he'll tweet about it soon. Jeff Hardy has made it clear he'd like to compete against him with a twist. Jeff spoke to Digital Spy where he admitted he wants to have a feud with The Fiend, which he believes could start with the tag team partnership. However, he doesn't want to do it just as Jeff Hardy. He wants to bring back one of his alter failed egos, Willow. I think there's something magical that can happen between Jeff Hardy and Bray Wyatt and The Fiend and Willow, my alter Nero that came back to life. I have this huge vision of like a black wedding dress, and Willow's almost like not him or her, but just God, some kind of weird figure that doesn't make sense to anybody. Well, that'll fucking relate to the crowd. Who's this make sense to? Nobody. Oh, okay. Somehow him and The Fiend either team together and either fight each other. I think first maybe we'll team together and then fight each other. It's crazy. It's very cinematic. And I think there's something very special that can happen between the Firefly Funhouse and the Fly Light Zone and the imagination here at my property. I can't wait. I can't wait because it's possible, man. It's totally possible. I do agree. Cinematic, drawing them together, but if you put Willow and him in the Thunderdome together, you might as well go out and do fucking donuts in the ring truck and flip it and kill everybody because it's gonna fucking come off like a fart in church. That Willow character is just too like, it's like fucking Nash is Oz in WCW to me. It's just too much and too like phony, too fucking cosplay, too fantasy, Final Fantasy and shit like that. And that's for 3 to 4% of your WWE audience. It's not anything that's going to get over, that people are going to like. But if you do it at the Hardy compound, you can get two months out of it, but there's no teeth there. Nobody's going to be like, Willow is saving WWE. Like that kind of shit is going to get like thrown on the wrestle crap pile. I think that Willow character is kind of bunk, to be honest with you, bro. Yeah, people are burying Firefly Funhouse. It's G-rated. Yeah, they fucked it up. They fucked it up. They fuck up everything that could be halfway decent. Retribution, Raw Underground, Firefly Funhouse, Elias is a rock star, doing Game of Thrones with Corbin after Game of Thrones ends. That's when we start doing it. You've got 70-year-old delusional motherfuckers who are so out of touch with everything that's cool, and they won't listen to the people they hire to tell them, no, we shouldn't do this. They shut the fuck up and we're doing it. Okay, and then 1.4 Totoso. I hate to say a Totoso, but a fucking a Totoso.
Ding dong.
Jey Uso. I was actually till last night talking to oh god damn it, why am I fucking going blank right now? Ricky's daughter on Trailer Park Boys, fucking Trinity. She's got her own Twitch channel and she was playing games. So I reached out and said, would you take an interview request? And she says, just DM me. So I'll probably hit her up today. I'd like to talk to Trin. Jey Uso discusses working with Paul Heyman. He's damn near like my uncle.
You are my tribal chief.
Well, that's for Jey. He had a chance to sit on the learning tree of Paul Heyman lately, and he spoke about the experience so far. He says, real tight, Oos. He's damn near like my uncle, real tight. And I know a lot of people feel some kind of way about Paul Heyman, but that man is in this business for a reason. That man's been around this business for a reason. He does have a brain for this. Look at all the soldiers that he brought out. Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, having him around and being around him every single week has sharpened me as a performer, right? Sharpened me as a coworker, put me on my game. I'm always working, and why would I not sit under the Paul Heyman learning tree? I agree with that fully. Even though I disagree with some of the stuff, it's well known that I'm an ECW fanatic from back in the day. And that's one learning tree I'd like to sit under too. But unfortunately, it's just you eat the fruit from that and you might get poisoned, He knows how to keep people close. He knows how to work the boys. He knows how to get another week out of you using your own weaknesses against you to make them strengths. He is incredibly carny and conniving and brilliant in the way that he manages talent and the way that he hides flaws and accentuates positives. And even in the arenas and the way he would book the look of his show to be the opposite of what everybody else is doing. And he's been around this game since a teenager, taking pictures, for after mags and everything along those lines. So at the end of the day, whatever way you feel about Paul Heyman as a walrus or doing the same promo in the last 5 years, absolutely the knowledge that's there. And if you're willing to absorb it, and you're only going to become a sharper swordsman. Absolutely. So yeah, I hope I get that chance someday to get a little bit of that firsthand knowledge. I was disappointed. I get to work with Stevie, and so I get a lot of it, and Sal, that came from them. And from Dreamer, I've gotten a fair amount too, because I've told Dreamer knows what a huge ECW fanatic I was. So when we share a locker room together, he's always kind of trying to give me, he goes, well, Paul would have fucking done that. Like, cause he knows that's how to get to me. He goes, I'm like, oh, really? Oh, yeah. And it just like carves it into my wrestling mind. So, there's plenty of guys that I've tried to. I was really disappointed in OVW because he was cool to me, but other guys he would be a fucking total asshole to. And that's fine because that's the business. But Amish Roadkill, when he had the fucking pen at OVW or the book at OVW, I was waiting to get some of that Paul Heyman knowledge, and I never really did, and I was tight enough with Roadkill, but not super tight with him. It was more Joey Mercury was the one who was spreading the knowledge at that time. So I was happy to learn from him too, because that's a fucking another fountain of fucking knowledge. Absolutely. But I was hoping to get some of that Paul E from Roadkill. It just never really happened. So shout out Kill, man. I'm sure he's doing well this holiday season with his toy hustle. That's a guy who's super smart when it comes to fucking knowing that market, that toy market and shit. He's made a lot of money in that. Trish Stratus reveals who her dream opponent is at WWE. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus recently revealed who her dream opponent is on the current roster. Ben Hamin. I'd love to face him in the ring. No. It's Sasha. No. Against Charlotte Flair. No. Sasha and I have this thing. The fans want to see it down and deep. I want to see it. I love her so much and respect her as a person, as an athlete, as a performer, as a friend. I love what she does in the ring. Sometimes you get in the ring and you have this thing. Lita and I had it. Mickie James and I had it. Victoria and I had it. Well, that's because you are all OVW trained workers who understood it. She doesn't understand it. I disagree with this. I don't think Sasha versus Stratus is anything I really want to see, to be honest with you. I want to see Serena versus Mickie. I don't want to. There's nothing with Sasha or Carmella at all where I go, who I want to see them face? Sasha versus blank, Carmella versus blank. None of those matchups. And I get that they got the Legends show coming up, so this is probably Trish just trying to do business to set something up. But I think it's bullshit, dude. Like the real workers are still these legendary girls, dude. Matt Schaffer's got a cool one here. He says, Crowbar was on NFO this week, so appreciate Crowbar joining, another great guest. Showed off all the cool stuff Roadkill had got him a full Carbonite Han Solo. Yeah, dude. Roadkill is connected when it comes to like those inside toy dealers big time, and he knows the value of all that stuff and then some. So that's very cool, and I'm so pumped. NFO's had Rohit Raju, Crowbar, people from Star Wars, the cartoons, and voiceover. Everything's just clicking, doing great stuff, man. The Asuka versus Trish Stratus, I agree with that. Stay classy, 100%. That's 10 times the match. Asuka versus Mickie in a real best of 7 series is fucking way better, but. Dude, whatever this push with Sasha and Carmella, people thinking that you're going to get the best matches out of them, they're fucking rotten. They're rotten. She does the frog splash, and it's not like to put over Eddie, like Eddie ever fucking knighted her to be like, yes, you're the one. She just does it, and now it's a transition move. So to me, that's Sasha disrespecting Eddie. Like none of that shit is fucking cute to me. Whatever this new generation of them sitting on the floor, fucking throwing a temper tantrum or
Ding dong.
all that shit. They're just fucking C-level performers. They're not even at a B level. I wouldn't even say that they might just have their bachelor's degree in this shit. And fucking Trish Stratus is working at a master's doctorate level. So they're trying to compare these two, and they're not. They're just not. They're not even in the workforce. They're rotten, bro. But they think they're fucking phenomenal. That's the problem. Beth Phoenix versus Rhea Ripley. I like that too, bro. I like that. Ronda Rousey reveals what she hated most about her WWE career. Career? Are you fucking kidding me? These women are delusional, bro. Just delusional. Ronda Rousey had an incredible career with WWE. Who wrote this? Matt Wilkinson. You're fucking delusional too. Ronda Rousey had an incredible career with WWE, but she revealed in a recent interview what element she hated most about it. Fucking incredible career. Get the fuck out of here. Ronda Rousey dominated in WWE. She botched her finish at WrestleMania and went away. Dominated. Having a long run in the WWE Women's Championship. After losing the title, did this fucking idiot even watch the show? Lost the title WrestleMania 35. Rousey hasn't been seen since in WWE. Well, that was 16 months ago, and you're putting it over like she's ready to come back. She goes, I love wrestling, but I think it was maybe Sarah Logan in WWE who told me this. She said she wrestles for free, but they pay her to travel. She said, that's the hardest part, I think. That's an old wrestling trope. The hardest part, I think, was not being able to lay down horizontally, taking a bunch of hard bumps, your back hurts, and you just want to lay down. She continued, all I wanted to do between shows is lay down with my legs up, and traveling, you're just sitting upright all the time, and my back would kill me. So the actual act of traveling, I don't miss at all. It's the absolute worst. Oh, no shit. Welcome to fucking being a pro wrestler and taking bumps and fucking yourself up and having it. That to me goes against this. She hasn't had a long career, and doesn't matter how much training she's done in UFC, taking bumps, you have to do that to get your body weathered to being in ring shape. And yeah, you see any wrestler, 20s to 30-year-old, 40-year-olds, after driving 3, 4, 5 hours after they get done with the show, when you get out of the car, you look like 70-year-old men getting out, snapping and crippled, because your body is not meant to take fucking 30-mile-an-hour car crashes 4 and 5 over and over again. And that's the equivalent of what you're doing. So she can be like, oh, I want to lay down and put my legs up. Yeah, we all do. All of our sciatics are fucked up. All of our S4 and 5, M6 vertebrae are fucked up because of it. Welcome to the biz, sis. Just because you were over in UFC doesn't mean you're going to fucking be indestructible in this shit and what we do. So, like, that isn't an amazing long career. That's a short career of somebody whose body isn't weathered to be taking fucking bumps and doing travel. That's a prima donna who fights once every 6 months, heals up, and then comes back. Now you got to put in 4 or 5 days on the road. Welcome to the biz, sis. I got no fucking love for like being like, oh, poor her with her $15 Waldorf salads that she orders every fucking night. Like, this is the fucking Dr. Ted in there. L5 through S1's the culprit. Absolutely. All these little things where it's these stars, but they didn't pay due one to get themselves ready to be that. They're just living off of some other shit. And now when you got to take bumps over and over again, well, welcome to the biz. So it's that type of shit where Wilkinson and them put her over is a great run. If you're saying that shit, your run sucks because you don't know fuck all about how to take bumps. And then even requoting Sarah Logan with the wrestling trope that's been around for 40 years, like it's some fucking thing it's something that she just heard and is putting it over as Sarah Logan knowledge when this shit is just how we live it. That makes me laugh. It makes me laugh of how clueless these over champions that they bring in really are. Frank's Pickle Barrel asked with all the Shamrock bits this morning. Appreciate that. Hi-ty. As we're 42 strong here, twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman. Christmas Eve solo Hamino Friday locker room. A couple left here, you guys. What ones do I want to do here? I should have saved the other one, but whatever. Daniel Bryan reveals he's ready to become a full-time dad and a part-time wrestler. Appears Daniel Bryan starting to wind down his career as a full-time wrestler in WWE. He prepares to be a father. He says, I'm so confident in my body and longevity, but it's like now in my life, I've gotten a little bit different in my priorities as far as I still love wrestling, and I feel like wrestling as long as I can physically do it. Do I want to continue wrestling full time? Like when you've got two babies at home, I just say how much I love wrestling. And it's a weird part of me that even talking about it now, I've been wrestling for over 20 years now, fills me with this joy. And it's also gives me energy. Like when I'm starting to think about stuff, he continued, I'm just kind of switching priorities in my life where for years, wrestling's kind of been the key focus and all that kind of stuff. My contract's coming up soon. And not to say that we're looking for transitioning to be maybe less than a full-time wrestler. Like my time of being a full-time wrestler are numbered, and I'm going to be more like a full-time dad, part-time wrestler. So, excuse me. Yeah, I agree. You know, that's a guy who's taken all of the bumps from Japan to Ring of Honor to the Yes movement when they're just kicking the shit out of him and trying to not put that over because he was getting himself over. And then finally it's Steph and Triple H doing it and everyone's a sellout, just pathetic in the ring because they don't get what's cool. They can never see what's cool in the moment. They're always clouded by their own fucking ego and judgment. And, you know, this guy finally gets over and he's made his money now and his wife is over, obviously, too. No hate there that he would want to stay home and be a dad because his spine actually is probably completely fully fucked and he wants to stay home and be able to crawl around with the kids and not deal with the bullshit of probably taking the heat when the ratings are a 1-4 because what are they going to do? Let's put it on Daniel Bryan. We'll do Yes movement and we'll get that. Maybe that'll get up. And then when that doesn't up the ratings, well, Daniel Bryan's not over. Fuck him. Yeah, pass the heat, right? So Daniel Bryan's a super smart worker who knows that right now is probably the best time to take off for his own personal reasons and because of business reasons. And then when he comes back, when they really need him to face CM Punk, then maybe it'll draw. Why wear yourself out now for nothing for a creative team that has, we don't have anything for you. He's a full-time wrestler. When's the last time you saw him on TV wrestling full-time? You know, if you got Daniel Bryan on your roster and you don't know what the fuck to do with him, you're fired. It's as simple as that. You are fucking fired. Not Daniel Bryan, all the people who don't know what to do with him. Major update on Candace LeRae's medical status following War Games injuries. So I guess War Games was last night or no, was that a couple weeks ago. Candace LeRae and husband Johnny Gargano were both interviewed by SI ahead of tonight's very special Gargano Christmas on NXT TV. She said, quote, my arm didn't break, my wrist didn't break, so that's my Christmas miracle, she told SI's Justin Barrasso. I've been having some rib tenderness from where Shotzi landed on me, but I'm surprised and thankful that my arm wasn't broken. Well, learn how to work safe. In the interview, it was revealed that Candace actually waited around after her match with damaged ribs and what she thought was a broken arm to watch her husband's match. In which he won back the NXT North American Championship. The two went out of the hospital together afterwards. Oh, isn't that romantic? He probably needed the driver. That's why she fucking couldn't go with the busted wrist. Yeah, man, I didn't watch either of those. I did just watch Johnny Gargano versus Dalton Castle, which is available now on 2CW Watch Along at patreon.com/Hamin Media Group. Dalton had just become the party peacock. He had the boys with him. I'd say about 3 months in. He wasn't doing everything that he does now, so I can kind of gauge it on the level of creative of how his entrance was. And then Gargano was in ROH and about to go to NXT, so that was 2014. So awesome watch along. It's on, I think, the $5 level and up at patreon.com/Hamin Media Group. Also, an incredible match on that same one with Sean Carr, hybrid Sean Carr and Jay Freddy, who both should be signed to AEW because they're better than everybody in the Dark Order, and they face the Bucks, and they can just go. So if you're not a Patreon subscriber, you want to see some awesome underground matches from 2CW back in the day, I'm watching that. The main event on that is actually going to be the Young Bucks versus the Dudleys. So I'm going to watch a little more of that today and post some more stuff as well while I work on the Rip Rogers podcast. So appreciate you guys subscribing there. I did get another new subscriber last night from UK, I believe, because it came in euros. So y'all. And our final story that I have up here, Matt Hardy reflects on AEW all-out injury. It made him die on the inside. What? Matt Hardy recently appeared on Being the Elite, not Super Elite, just Being the Elite, where he spoke about his recent change in attitude and the impact his recent injuries had. He said, I'll tell you, the AEW all-out match between him and Sammy Guevara led to him suffering falling off an elevated lift platform, which saw Matt's head bounce off the concrete. Oof, it was nasty. This led to him being knocked out, and during his Being the Elite appearance, he claimed that he died on the inside that day. So I'll tell you why. This is because of September 5th, 2020. If you don't know what that date is, it was All Out. All Out is when I got injured. I've given every fiber and iota of my body to the wrestling fans for 28 years, and all they did was shit on me after that. I came to AEW originally to bring this broken brilliance and creative genius and entertain the fans and create my masterpiece here, but that's not what I got. They're going, oh, he's the old guy. We want him out. We want the young guys highlighted on TV, and we want these guys. And then I let people remember who exactly I'm an iconic performer. And that day I was trying to deliver everything in my ability to give the audience the greatest match I possibly could give them. And because I got hurt, they were upset with me, and I didn't get hurt. They were upset with me, and I didn't get hurt. I did get hurt. I don't know. That's a typo, probably from Wilkinson. But you know what happened? I died on the inside. All my life, all my career, I've been so selfless. So I've always put other people first. My brother, my partners. When I was broken Matt Hardy, I put my family on the screen. It was always about them. I was always worried about taking care of the other people and not just me. What did people do? They shit on me and they don't respect me. If everything I've done and everything I've given, I'm tired of giving. I've given and given and given, and now I'm going to take. The Young Bucks brought me here, and that was your decision. This business has leached off me for 28 years, and now I'm going to leech off this business like it leached off me. That's interesting. I mean, he's working. I don't believe Matt Hardy would ever cut that shoot promo and really mean it to some dirt sheet motherfuckers. So he's working, absolutely. But I'd like to see all business Matt Hardy, where it's like, fuck this, and I'm going to call things out for what they are. But I doubt they're going to allow them to do that. I don't remember people shitting on him. I think it was people shitting on Khan going, oh, I did a 1-minute test myself. Oh, well, thank you. I sent the doctor out there, and then we had him do the match. What people are pissed about is that they want the broken universe. They want Matt Hardy's fucked up hips protected so he can go play with his 3 sons and his beautiful wife and Senior Benjamin and the drones or whatever they want to do. And they want to protect it in cinematic ways. They don't want Matt Hardy fucking climbing up sketchy fucking rigging to do a leg drop that's not going to mean nothing and probably blow his hip out. In this case, bounce his head off the concrete like a basketball. So this is all heat on Khan and Hardy of being like, nah, dude, I don't do those type of matches anymore. And you brought me in to be in the broken universe. Let's do all broken universe stuff instead of wrestle. And that's heat on the management, and also heat on veteran guys not sticking up and saying, nah, this isn't the best use of me. And that's what they do when they have their claws into a money mark. They'll go out and do the match and not really give as much of a fuck of where it's going to go, because they don't have any faith and credibility in the long-term vision, and neither do I. But Matt Hardy doesn't need to be put with two young, hip African-American talents and Hardy Party and that fucking stupid little wordplay shit that is so basic. This guy's fucking acumen for acting, creating characters, creating cinematic matches is far greater than what they're doing with him, putting him in some little shitty 6 for somebody to no-sell comebacks and fucking brutal. Like, the more invested money in top talent that's never going to pay off unless you focus on what this fucking guy can really do, bro. So Matt Hardy's always, and Jeff, even though Jeff's dealt with this shit when I've been in the locker room with both of them, Matt more than Jeff. Both guys were very cool to me, and I got massive respect for them. Coming from Yarders in North Carolina at 15 years old to running their own fed to getting noticed and everything they did hardcore-wise in WWE. But you can't be asking a guy to do that kind of shit. You live off of that nostalgia. You reference it, and you fucking show the new character stuff, which he could do 10 times over. I don't want to see Matt Hardy take one bump. I want to see him do yes or whatever the new version of that type of shit is. So, there's plenty that we could do in this wrestle crap era. Even if you're going to do something, you take the Dark Order and have them kidnap the kids. And Matt Hardy's got to go on an adventure as some new thing to fucking get his kids back with Senior Benjamin and the wife and him. And it's a fucking Mission Impossible thing. Like, that's the best use of it. No one wants to see Dark Order wrestle or do clowny shit with cowboy hats on. And nobody wants to see Matt Hardy take any fucking more bumps. And we love his family because he has been selfless and introduced them into the characters, into this Hardy world. But we just push all that equity aside because we got to get fucking these young talents, that indie talents that don't know fuck all about psychology or storytelling over first, right? With bumps that mean nothing. The management is just ridiculous. And the fact that the guy's on AEW saying he has $7 billion, you're just opening yourself up. Let Hogan hear that. Let Nash hear that. Ooh. Scott Steiner and them ears go up. Ooh, Stinger's over there. Oh, guess who's coming to get a check? Pretty soon it's going to be $6 billion, and then maybe $5.5 billion. So I hope Matt Hardy just sticks in this new fuck 'em attitude and does what he wants to do in these years and talk some shop on the business, or that we can get into some new character that's going to be able to do cinematic stuff. So that's it, you guys. I got to watch AEW brutal Bob, because I got to come back and do the AEW Light the Fuse with the Chris Silvio on MSG. So what do we give them here? An hour and 17 solo show? Come on. Yeah, they should use sociology as well as psychology in what they're doing, infidels. So I'll watch that. I got to do some social media in between, get a little something to eat, and we'll be back here for AEW probably around 1 or 2. I'm not sure if Sil's got his physical therapy today or what have you. So keep an eye out, twitch.tv/conspiracy horsemen infidels. Hope everybody's got all their stuff ready to go to, make sure if anybody does a home invasion on you tonight, you got a chance to shoot 8 deer and, get somebody arrested. So good luck putting all together your bikes, your trampolines, your ping pong tables, your Nerf guns, or whatever the hell else you guys got to do tonight for those little rugrats. We'll be drinking whiskey tomorrow for the SmackDown Live self-help group. See if we can't get ourselves sentenced to 10 years in prison for illegally streaming TV and music online via third party. But, I'm easy to find. Come for me. Infidels, get your $600 checks, flip them and turn them into $2,000. and we'll all invest in some weed stocks together and get rich, because this game is to be sold, not to be told, infidels. It's the Friday Veteran Locker Room. Thanks, Strangler Steve, for trying to do the run-in this morning, although we had the tech issues. Shout out to all my Conspiracy Horseman brothers, all my producers who are busting that ass across the board to get Patreon set up, to get content done on Russo brand, to get graphics done this week during the holidays. We're trying to get things ready for this January 1st launch of some Rip Rogers brand, Stevie Ray TV brand, so we can clear the docket, get the manpower reorganized, get new brands lined up, new things we're talking about that we can't stooge off just yet, infidels. So, y'all morons, it's the war on Christmas. Hacker Hamin, heels over strong. I'll be over tonight to tap dance on all of your presents. Y'all.